Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the Wave. Hope everyone's having a great Thursday. We're going to go ahead and get started. I know we're missing a lot of participants today, but hopefully they'll join soon. We will start today again with accountability reporting. That window is currently open for the chronic absentee medical exemption window. It's going to be open throughout the year. Accountability will be providing training, so look for notifications through our Gov delivery system on training opportunities for this particular exemption window. And remember, there are three parts to this exemption. You have a local exemption committee, which they approve and deny requests for absences. Then you're going to have a site user who uses the chronic absentee medical exemption window process to submit requests and upload the committee's approved absences and documentation for each student. And then you're going to have a district admin user who reviews the request and supporting documentation for each student medically exempted absences to approve or deny the request. Your admin user and your site user could have to be different people. So keep that in mind when you're assigning those roles. And like I said, it is open through June the 30th. Other windows that are currently open, the CVR window opened on the 17th, and it is open through the 31st of this month. And then the 2022 graduation DVR window, it will open on the 24th of January and close on February 7th. So if you have questions about the grad window, your contact for that is going to be jonathan.yoon@sde.ok.gov or Shumi Siwe at sde.ok.gov, or you can email the accountability mailbox at accountability@sde.ok.gov. Also, the dropout window or the conflicts were turned on back in December. Make sure your conflicts are all worked before you start putting in DVRs. The DVR window is open through the 20th of January. It'll close at 5 p.m. So make sure that you've addressed all those dropouts. And this is actually for the school year of 21-22. And it'll give you the opportunity to review 7th through 12th grade students who are listed on the dropout report. And you'll be able to submit DVRs for students that did not enroll because they transferred out of state or they went to a private school, immigrated, exited to homeschooling, they obtained their GED, or passed away during the summer or fall. Also, if you have any students showing on the dropout without a DVR option, and you believe that this dropout on the window is a result of a delayed enrollment at the student's new school that occurred around the time for the school year 22 dropout period, which that dropout period ended last year on the 22nd of, the 30th of September, 2022. So if that delay is beyond your school's control, you need to email read.bryant@sde.ok.gov and include your email. In the email, include the documentation indicating the student's transfer, and he'll be glad to work that out for you. So right now is a great opportunity to be checking your post-secondary coursework credits. If everything's been scheduled correctly and your grades are posted, the only thing you're going to see credits on at this point are going to be your any internships or any college courses. So go check those out and make sure you're seeing those, and check your grades for your other courses for VOTEC and your AP classes to make sure they're coming in as well. It's to get to that, you're going to look on your you'll go into post-secondary to the application. You're going to go into student data, and then you're going to go to coursework, and you'll be able to see you're going to have to also click on the flat file and it'll expand and you'll be able to see if you've got post-secondary credit on those 2 classes or course types that I mentioned earlier. Check your conflict tab though, also under school data conflict for issues related to post-secondary credit. Most of those have to do with, I gotta think. I have to get back with you on that, but there are conflicts there. I think it has to do with the terms or the instruction level. I believe it's the instruction level. So if you have any questions about post-secondary coursework, you can email myself at nancy.flores@sde.ok.gov, or you can email June Jared at june.jared@sde.ok.gov. Any other windows that are opening through accountability will be announced through Gov Delivery. So keep an eye on those so you can, you know what's going on. And if you have any questions about any of the accountability reporting windows that are open, you can email accountability@sde.ok.gov. Okay, Teresa's asked, and if y'all don't mind, unmute yourself and ask questions. I know it's kind of crazy to do that sometimes, but it's a lot easier to talk through it. So Teresa's asking or saying she completed her DVRs last week, but have not heard anything back regarding them. Will this be taken care of before the window closes? Teresa, they're receiving a lot of DVRs, and so they're working through them. The window might close for you being able to enter them, but as they continue to work them, they will be closed out, but they have several to go through. So just be patient. I'd ask for that.
Nancy?
Yes, ma'am.
This is Teresa. So if they need more information, even after the window closes, we'll be able to provide that to them, and it's not going to count against us.
Yes, you sure will be able to, because there's so many that they're going through. It does take a little bit of time, and if they need other documentation or information, they'll send you an email requesting that.
Okay, so as long as we've got our DVRs in there, we should be good, and they'll request information if they need it.
That's correct.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. Does anybody have any questions about any of the items in accountability recording or reporting? I know there's a lot going on right now. Okay, well, if there's no other questions, I'm gonna go on to our favorite subject, PEBT. And like I've said in the past, I hope everyone's taken the training. In order to do so, you'll have to set up a Canvas account. You can do so at the link that's provided here. Your email has to be validated, and then you'll have to set up login credentials and be enrolled in the course itself. What it will look like is your dashboard will look like this once you're enrolled, and it's going to show the PEBT training here. This window is coming up very soon. So, but the training itself is broken into modules. So it's real easily, you can go through it. It's done really nicely. There's in-depth training, understanding on how a student qualifies for PEBT, and there's scenarios that you can look at to understand that. There's also a module on creating the DVRs, but it's further towards the end of the training itself. It's in the last module. Anytime you start this training, you can go back and return it anytime. So that's nice that functionality is in there. And when you return to the link, just access it through your Canvas login where you enrolled in the training. So also, as I mentioned, the window's coming up. It's closing on the 31st of this month. Please go in and review your DVRs and make sure they're submitted correctly. We're receiving DVRs under the wrong category. And it's not really the wrong year. What happens is when you enter that DVR, it enters it the year that it's for 2021, but it comes to us the year that you actually submitted it. So we have ones that were submitted 2022, of course, and then now those people that are actually putting those in now, they're coming up as 2023. So that's not an issue. And we kind of figured that out just recently. So you're not doing the wrong year. So make sure that if you're doing a whole day that's coded wrong for your entire site, you're going to put that under school data collection. If you've got single or multiple days coded wrong for one student, it's going to be under student attendance. If for some reason something affects the entire enrollment and it's changing from like a residential basis of admission to RV on or RV off, you're going to do that under student enrollment. And if a student's free and reduced status was entered incorrectly, that will be under student school. So just make sure that you're entering those in like you should. Cody's making notes in the chat as well. So please refer to those. Went too far. If you're wanting to add your name for notification purposes for the list of the next round for PBT issues for 2022, you can email Shannon, and I'm not going to try to say her last name, but it's shannon.nakvinda@sde.ok.gov. Let her know that you want to be added to the list of notifications for spreadsheets for this year. Provide your district name and your district email address. And for those that mentioned that in our last training session, I have already spoken with her and your names have been updated for that. So going forward, if you didn't receive the spreadsheet in a timely fashion, it went to someone else and then finally got to you, if you want to include yourself on that distribution, please email Shannon. Any questions about PEBT? Okay. If you're changing your SIS vendors for 23-24, please email us at studentdatainfo@sde.ok.gov. Let us know who you currently have and who you're moving to. This is very important. We want to make sure that we're getting the right information to you and the new vendor, so everything's set up properly so there are not issues once it does switch over to the new vendor. Linda has asked a question. Do you know if a file was submitted to DHS at the end of December? She's had people calling that she'd had work DVRs for and emailed them. None. Now they are asking why they haven't received the funds. The file's not going to be submitted till the end of the end of January. So that might be the reason they're not seeing that. Okay. All right. So as always, this is if you've got questions or resources, you want to email us at studentdatainfo@sde.ok.gov. We do have a information documents and guides section on the Oklahoma State Department of Education's website that you can access, and for information and guidance on any of our documentation. Also, if you want to sign up for the newsletter, you can do that on right when you sign into the SDE website. It's in the bottom of the right-hand corner and it just says newsletter sign up now. And then you just enter your email and then you'll be added to the newsletters that go out. Okay, other than that, it's a really short meeting today. I don't have anything else to talk about. If you've got questions, please unmute yourself and let me know what they are. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and stop the recording because I know some people don't like to talk on it.